This guy is like following me around the store, making me just feel really uncomfortable, giving me a lot of bad vibes, giving me these looks up and down, whispering in my ear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, it's Blake and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to make a quick story time video about an experience that I had today and just talk about the way that it made me feel. So I know that catcalling is a really big thing, especially for women in cities like New York on the street where guys are constantly hollering at them, making sexual gestures and comments to them. I know that this is a really big deal and a really common thing, but I had never had this happen to me. Obviously, as a guy, guys don't have to deal with this all the time. They aren't usually as over-sexualized as women. But apparently they aren't immune to catcalling. So I had a really bad run-in today with a guy who would not leave me alone. I was in a store and I just want to tell the story because I know that a lot of guys don't run into this, or if they do, they don't talk about it. And so I just kind of wanted to open up this conversation and talk about the way that it made me feel, because it's literally 12 o'clock at night right now and I couldn't sleep, and I just decided I wanted to make this video hopefully to get rid of some of the grossness and weirdness that I feel inside as a result of this experience. So before I get too far into this video, I just want to say that, hi guys, my name's Blake. If you're new to my channel, then make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. That is that little black bell. If you are a returning subscriber, then hi you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this little messy channel and my messy life. It means the world, and I'm sending you so much positivity and so much love. So I'm gonna try to adjust this light right now just because I feel like really ugly. Let's see, is that better? Do I feel better about myself? Maybe. Anyways, you guys, so right now I'm gonna give you a little bit of a background. I am currently staying in LA with one of my friends, and we decided that we are gonna go grocery shopping, as one does. We went to the Ralph's on Ventura Boulevard and Vineland. If you guys are from LA or Studio City, then you know what I'm talking about. So we go into the store, and immediately I had to use the restroom. I have a bladder the size of a peanut. It's terrible, and so I go pee, and when I open the door into the restroom, I immediately pretty much walk into a guy that is standing like right in front of the door. So I kind of awkwardly make eye contact with him, smile, and there was another guy at the sink. He has his shirt off and he has something all up his arms. It looked like it was shaving cream. It might have been lotion. I don't know what it was, but I just turned into a stall and went pee, and while I was going pee, I heard them talking about me, and I heard them talking about my jewelry, and they were saying, wow, like, did you see the jewelry he had on? Like, that is so nice. Like, I want to get something like that. And I was like, oh, like, that's sweet. But like, when I walked out, they were giving me like really weird looks. And I mean weird looks, like those looks where it looks like someone is like looking, it just wasn't a nice look, right? So I just like washed my hands and I walk out, and like I kind of just like looked at them, and they looked honestly like really dirty, and I immediately thought, okay, maybe they're homeless and they're washing up in the bathrooms, because who else is gonna sit there and scrub themselves, and like they had shampoo on like the counter. I was like, obviously they must be in there, and I'm just like being paranoid and too quick to judge. I'm one of those people that I'm a very paranoid and like non-trusting person. You can never trust anybody, you know? You never know who's gonna like come at you or who's gonna like hurt you. You just never know. I've heard like stories about grandmas robbing people, you know? It's just like, you just can't trust anyone. So I walk out, and as I am walking, I notice that the guy follows me out of the bathroom, and I was like, oh, okay, like he's leaving his friend behind. And then I walk down one of the aisles and he follows me down the aisle. And so I was like, okay, like, you're being paranoid, Blake, just keep walking. So I keep walking, and I'm trying to find my friend. I'm going down like aisles and stuff, and like he's following me down every single aisle. So like I eventually like I turn around and like I look at him, and like he just starts making like the smile. He's like like just like looking me up and down, and like I felt really uncomfortable just because like when you feel someone's eyes on you, like I don't know why, like when you feel somebody's eyes on you and like you can just sense their energy, if you guys know what I'm talking about. If somebody's like giving you bad vibes, like you know, and if somebody's staring you down, you can feel it. I don't know how else to explain it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, oh well. But so I finally, like, I find my friend, and I'm standing there, and I'm standing, like, in the aisle, and I see him walk down the aisle, so I kind of turn so I'm not making eye contact with him, and he comes up behind me, and he comes up, like, really slowly, and he, like, starts breathing down my neck, and, like, he whispers in my ear, like, and he's like, "You're really cute." And like he said it just like that. It was like "You're really cute." Like, and meanwhile he like blew like hot air, like he was like right here, and he blew like down my neck and like caressed my back like as he was like walking by. Like this all happened like in like a moment. Like, "You're really cute." And like caressed my back, and it just like gave me like heebie-jeebies. I know that's like a really stupid word, like heebie-jeebies, but like it gave me like weird vibes. Like it gave me chills because like I just wasn't expecting somebody to do that and like to invade my little personal space, you know? So I tell my friend who, like, she wasn't really paying attention, she was kind of oblivious, and like I told her, I was like, I kind of want to go, like this guy was following me, like he just came up behind me and like he just like touched my back and like whispered in my ear, and like it just made me feel really uncomfortable. So she was like, "That's so weird, like I don't know why he just did that. Let's just like finish up our shopping and like leave," right? So we go down another aisle, and like he started walking towards the front of the store. So I thought, I was like, okay, I'm in the clear, he's leaving, it's not a big deal. And then suddenly, like, he just, like, pops up in one of the aisles that I was on. Like, my friend starts walking into the aisle, and I see him at the end of the aisle, so I, like, turn around and go into a different aisle. And, I'm, like, I'm just looking for my English muffins, right? I'm going through trying to find, like, a good English muffin pack, and I see him, like, talking to my friend, like, making small talk or something. And, while he's doing that, I see the other guy, like the friend that was in the bathroom with him, and the friend literally walks, like speed walking out the emergency exit door, and the alarm like starts going off in the store. It's like blaring in all of our ears. Everyone gets like freaked out because you never know in like today's society, like, oh my god, like what's happening, you know? You hear an alarm, you're like, oh my god, am I gonna get shot up? And like, I know that sounds terrible, but seriously, that's a real concern in like this day and age. So it kind of like puts me on edge because I'm like, okay, so his friend just runs out the emergency door, this guy is like following me around the store and like making me just feel really uncomfortable, giving me a lot of bad vibes, giving me these looks up and down, whispering in my ear. And so I just start getting really uncomfortable. I'm like a nervous wreck. Like I'm scared this guy's gonna pop up and like start touching me or something. And like immediately I was like, do I talk to a store employee and tell them like what's happening? Do I tell them that like this person's following me? Like I didn't know what to do. So like I was like, you know what, Blake, like stop, like you just get your grocery shopping done, like just get out of there. And so, sorry, my neck is like really hurting. But basically, so he like walks away, and like my friend comes back to me, and I'm like, you know what, I want to leave right now. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. But of course, as we're about to check out, I have to go pee again. And I look and I'm trying to see the guy. I don't see him, but I decide that, you know what, I don't want to go back to the bathroom in the back of the Ralph's, because if I do go into the bathroom, he might follow me in there. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might be put in a really bad or vulnerable situation, and that's not, like, that maybe seem dramatic to some people, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, like, you're, like, a guy, you could take him or something, but, like, no, this guy was creeping me out. So I decided to leave the store, and there's a bunch of restaurants and stuff like outside the store, so I decided to use the restroom in one of those. I don't see him following me, but as soon as I leave the restaurant that I was in to go back into the Ralph's to meet up with my friend, I see him walking out of the exit. And like, he sees me, and I try to like veer to the left, like, you know, I see him, I'm like, nope, and I like turn to the left, and like, I start hearing him like calling me. He's like, oh, hey cutie, like, hey hot stuff, like, what are you doing over there, like, you should come home, like, you should come home with daddy, like come on hot stuff, like, hey cutie. And he starts saying stuff like that, right? And I'm like, oh my god, this is not happening right now. Like, of me, of all people, like, I felt like shit today, you guys. I literally looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, like, this is not your day of looking cute. Like, I just felt like really bad about myself. So for somebody to be doing this to me, like, of all days where I feel bad about myself, I was like, wow, this is like, is this real? Like, is this person just trying to do this to mess with me? Am I unpunked? Like, Ashton Kutcher, like, where are you, you know? Like, I just wasn't expecting this. This is so weird. And so, I end up like trying to walk in the other direction. He like lights up a cigarette and like is like coming towards me, and like literally like not just like coming towards me, like power walking towards me, like, and like I'm trying to get into the store like so he doesn't follow me. And he's like meanwhile like saying stuff to me, like saying like, oh, like your ass is so good, like saying stuff like that. And like, I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, like this is literally like, and I'm feeling uncomfortable too, because like there's a bunch of kids outside, and like I'm feeling like uncomfortable even talking about this right now. I know that's stupid, but like there was kids outside, there were moms, and they were just like, what is happening, like who is he talking to? And like he was just like not, something was off, like I don't know what it was, like he was like off, and like I didn't know if he was on something. I don't know if he was just kind of a strange person, but there was something off about the way he was talking, about the way he was coming towards me and stuff. So I like literally like run into the store, like he doesn't follow me because he has the cigarette, and like I tell my friend, I was like, we need to go. And like of course like it ended up being good timing because she was just leaving the checkout line, so like we literally like there was like elevators that take you down to a parking garage, and so like we got into our car like super fast, like loaded up, left, and as I was driving out of the parking garage, I turned to see like, is he like still outside? And like he was literally still like waiting outside the entrance, and I wasn't sure if he was waiting for me, gonna follow me to my car, like I don't know what was about to happen, but like I was just really freaked out. And this may sound like, and that's pretty much like the end of like everything that happened, but like I just want to say that there's like, I know this happens a lot, and it happens to women like probably 99% of the time. For every one guy there's probably like 100 women that get catcalled or whatever. But it just, before today I had a different opinion of the way that it felt. Like I always thought, I was like, okay, if someone's calling you cute, like, oh, that's so flattering. Oh, they're calling you hot, you have a good body, like, oh, that's flattering. Or like, I don't know what I thought, but for some reason I never understood how gross it feels. Like I felt gross having this guy that I don't know, that's a lot older than me too, like catcalling me, saying these things to me in front of other people, like coming behind me and touching me and getting in my comfort zone. Like that is not right. Like that's weird and uncomfortable, and I know I should have said something to security or like done something, but I was just in a weird position. And like I can't even imagine how it feels for the women that go through this every day, for the people that are constantly harassed on the streets or touched unwillingly. Like I can't even imagine what women go through and how uncomfortable it is, because I've gone through this now one time in my life. Who knows if it will happen in the future? Probably not, because you know I'm a hot mess, but like I just can't even imagine, like after going through this the one time and how gross I felt. Like it's just like, it's wild. Like, it's seriously wild, the fact that somebody was able to make me feel so uncomfortable. And I was in a store, in a nice area, in a decent store, around a lot of people with my friend, and I still felt uncomfortable. Even being a guy, I felt uncomfortable. So for like, I can't even imagine for the women that get catcalled on the street when they're alone, like what a terrible feeling that is, having somebody follow you or say stuff to you. Like, that is such a gross and like unnerving feeling. And I just wanted to talk talk about this because I, like I said, know that this happens a lot, and people may think that I'm being so dramatic or I'm being over the top and making this something that it shouldn't be, but no, like, it's a gross feeling. And for the people out there that have dealt with this, I'm so sorry. If you continue to deal with this, I am so sorry, and I sympathize with you, and I just want to send you guys a lot of love, because you guys putting up with this, like, that's strong. Like, that takes a lot of courage. And like, for the girls out there that don't have a taser or a pepper spray, you better get one, because like, I carry a taser and pepper spray to just be safe wherever I am. And like I don't know, I don't know, but it was a very weird situation. And for all the guys that possibly catcall people or say comments to girls out there, or like harass them or whatever, if you're watching this and you have done stuff like this, that's really messed up. And I'm not trying to like criticize the shit that you do, but like at the same time I am, just because I just want to let you guys know that it isn't flattering. It isn't making people feel good. Maybe it's making some people feel good, but for a majority of people, it's making them feel uncomfortable and unsafe. And that's a terrible way to feel, especially when you're in your neighborhood, or you're just on a walk, or in a store grocery shopping. That's a terrible way to feel. Like I said, I was picking out my English muffins, I was getting my baby carrots, and like suddenly somebody's trying to like touch me and like say stuff to me. Like, no, like, that's weird. And it was a really unnerving feeling, and this is the last time I'm gonna say this, but like, it was an uncomfortable experience, and it made me feel unsafe. And for, like I said, for anybody that feels that way, for anybody that makes other people feel that way, it's wrong. Like, it's a wrong situation. It is a bad situation. And yeah, I just wanted to put my 2 cents into this and talk about this, because I feel like not enough people talk about this, because obviously this is an epidemic and it happens all over the world. And it even happens to guys. It's like, it happens to guys in LA. Like, it happened to me. Like, this is just so weird. And anyways, I wanted to just address this and talk about this story to make myself feel better before I go to bed. And like, even like, I know this is crazy, I'm like sitting in bed right now, and I'm like on the first floor, and I'm like, what if he like followed me, or like knows where I live or something, or like saw my license plates? Like, I don't know. Like, I know that's super paranoid and super crazy, but it's like, you never know. Like, just weird. So yeah, my heart goes out to all the people that have to deal with this, or have dealt with assaults and stuff like that. Anyways, I just want to say, fuck, I'm totally off track now. But anyways, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to me, Blake Allan. Also turn on post notifications and follow me on Instagram at BlakeAllanX. I love hearing from you guys. And I kind of want to open up this conversation. If you have dealt with experiences like this or still deal with this, then please leave a comment down below and just kind of talk about it, or open up. If you guys don't want to open up, this video might only get 10 views, who knows. But if you're watching and you can relate, I would love to talk about this with you guys and talk about how you feel, and maybe people that are watching can relate, and we can make a whole conversation about this, and it will help somebody. I don't know, but feel free to do that. If not, I totally understand. But anyways, you guys, love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and just remember that life's a mess, so let's be messed together. Bye.